Number one on my list is my favorite Hell in a Cell match of all time. Triple H versus Mick Foley, No Way Out 2000. This one really was it. Basically, it had come down to Triple H versus Mick Foley, and Mick Foley put his career up on the line. He said that he knew that he could beat Triple H after the Royal Rumble 2000 incident, and basically he said at Hell in the Cell, he's either going to become WWF champion or he's going to, hang it up and retire. I know that Mick Foley came back, many times and had different comebacks and different matches. Hell, he even wrestled on the next pay-per-view, which would be WrestleMania 16, otherwise known as WrestleMania 2000. But if Mick Foley really had gone according to plan and had walked away and this been his last match, I think it would have been one of the most legendary matches of all time. In this match, Triple H and Cactus Jack really had a backstory that went back to all the way when Triple H was Hunter Hearst Helmsley. He had this long-running feud with Mankind, where it wasn't really leading anywhere. I think everybody will remember Triple H versus Mankind in the King of the Ring finals, but it was more than that. We saw them wrestle in a steel cage match at SummerSlam. These were just two guys that couldn't get away from each other, and of course everybody knows the night at the Garden where it was supposed to be in a street fight, Triple H going up against Mankind, and Mankind, turned the match down to Dude Love, and Dude Love turned the match down to a returning Cactus Jack, and Cactus Jack was this, overwhelming power that, was stronger than Triple H, and Triple H knew that, when Mankind, Mick Foley wrestled as Cactus Jack, and, all the rules were out the window. He was going to do anything that was possible. Inside of this, we saw, once they were in the cell, Mick Foley using the ring steps to escape from Hell in the Cell in a way that we had never seen before, with him basically throwing the steps at the cell until the point where the cell broke enough where he was able to run and jump through the cell, breaking it to where he fell through. Triple H would follow. They would fight on top of the announce table, where basically Cactus Jack was able to put Triple H through the announce table, and from there, Cactus Jack had a little bit of trouble trying to throw a steel chair from the floor all the way to the top of the cell, and he finally got it up there on the third try. And Cactus Jack and Triple H went up on the top of the cell, and they fought for a few minutes, which involved a flaming 2x4 wrapped with barbed wire that they were smacking around with each other. And at one point, it looked as if Cactus Jack was going to pile drive Triple H on top of the Hell in the Cell before Triple H reversed it with a backdrop, which sent Triple H, Triple H did the reverse backdrop, which sent Cactus Jack through the top of the Hell in the Cell, landing inside of the ring, leaving this huge crater where he'd fallen. Once Triple H finally gets back down inside of the ring, because there must be a winner. Must have the 1, 2, 3. Cactus Jack, comes to life out of this crater, mainly just to stand up and take a pedigree from Triple H and get the 1, 2, 3. And as you see the carnage inside of the ring, mostly with the huge hole that Mick Foley made by falling off the top of the cell, and then having the feelings that was the last time you were going to see Mick Foley, it really left you with the spot of knowing that you really saw something very cool in Mick Foley versus Triple H, and that's why it's one of my favorite. Well, it is my favorite. It is number one on the list of my top 5 Hell in the Cell matches.